Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Manuel Angelo Sanchez. I'm a family physician. I work at the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio. So we had two different calls. In the first call, we said that if we had 2 slides, that was way too many, so I just put one. So I'm just going to talk a little bit. So I kind of want to move on to the second part of the title here, where it was what do communities need and what do they want. So I would just say that we've established a community academic research partnership in 2005. It's called Familias en Acción, and the goal really was to develop, implement, and evaluate youth violence intervention programs with the community using CBPR. So we've gone through a series of 4 different projects now, and if I would have to say what do communities want and what do they need, I think what the very most important thing is that they want to have voice. But that's not enough. They want to be heard. So, and they want their perspective actually to be heard. And I guess I come from the experience of too many times where I've gone to stuff that our city council has decided to do, and we've gone, and I just kind of, at the end of it, I realized you just needed to say that you had a community input, but there really was no community input. I just went there to, because you needed to somehow say that you had this input and had that experience. So that really won't work very long with the communities. One of the things we also learned is that when we first started, we were going to let the community select from different programs, and the initial idea was that teachers were going to implement this in the schools. And our community collaborative council that we established, which were First Parents, said, no, we want to be part of implementing the program. So we went with that. So that then involved training them and trying to figure out how to train them and what are the skills that they actually have. So they really want a lot of participation. The other thing, and this actually came from probably 2 weeks ago, when I asked them, I was like, what do they want? And they said, we want to be acknowledged for all the work that we do. We need to be acknowledged for all the input and the time that we do this. And just right now when we're sitting, I was kind of remembering about the first paper we wrote about women in this community, and it was about the role of cultural competence in doing CBPR. And I remember as writing that actually as reflecting on that we were really lucky that they also had cultural competence. They had researchers coming into the community all the time. And why do we assume we're the ones with the competence and everything? They actually have this incredible competence to deal with us and these outsiders coming in. So I think we were lucky in our community that we had some bold community members who stood up and said, no, that's not going to work. It has to be this way. And we listened to them. So it just power goes in multiple directions. I just want to make sure that we acknowledge that. All right, so what do I think that the communities need from us? I don't think they need an expert to come in and tell us what's wrong with us, and especially how we're going to fix that. I think I've been lucky that, my major colleague from the School of Nursing, we kind of share this, we really came into the community with a great amount of outsider humility. We weren't going to come in and tell you what's wrong with you and what do you need. And we also had this, I would say, genuine listening. And I was thinking about, so when we came in to start this project, it was 2005, and I guess at that point I'd already been reading for 10 years now about the work of, dang, I'm forgetting your name now. Sorry. The social development model, and I'm sorry, where are you here? You were talking all day yesterday, sorry. But I'd really been versed in all your work, but when I came into the community, we started from you. We asked, what do youth in this community need in order to have meaningful, fulfilling, and productive lives? We didn't come in and say these were the answers or these were the development assets that you needed. It was like, let's just start from this question. And I think going through that process was very fruitful in letting the community tell us what it was that they needed. And then we built on that in terms of then developing programs based on what the community said that they needed. And we also gave them a lot of power. So I guess I do want to say, so what is the expertise that they do need from us? And part of it, I think, is expertise in developing community meetings. So sometimes we have 80 people at our monthly meetings, And how do you set up a meeting so that everybody in there and the person who's never going to talk, their idea actually comes out and kind of rises? Because lots of times it's that person who won't say anything that has the key thing. And so part of, I think, our expertise needs to be in developing those processes and in running meetings so that those ideas actually have a chance to come out. And then I taught high school before. I became a physician. And there are these things about educational techniques. So definitely teaching medical students, I definitely see that us as professors, we don't know how to teach. So there are things that teachers actually know how to do, that people that, how do you develop engaging activities which allow discussions to come out, which allow everybody in the room to be able to voice their ideas. And so again, we do, as community sides, these are the things that we need. I think there is some expertise that we bring in terms of designing activities for our participants in the different interventions that we have. And then I guess the last thing I would say is that there is expertise in evaluation. The communities are willing to do that. So through the series of 4 studies, we've done a delayed intervention design. We did another one that was quasi-experimental, and one of the initial program that the community wanted to do, over time we found that it wasn't working in this community, and they were willing to accept that and to move on to other strategies. And then the studies that we're doing now, the community finally accepted to do a study, which was intervention, no control, and they were okay with that by the 3rd time. And then the last one that we're doing is now a delayed intervention design also, because they definitely want everybody everybody have an opportunity to participate in different programmings that they develop. Thank you.